just froze. I couldn't move.
Oh, darling, it happens to us all.
My mouth dried up. I couldn't speak.
Blimey, that really is a first.
I'm being serious. I'm meant to be going on stage in a couple of hours.
Ah, so that's why you're sitting out here, trying to hide, with the hope that the ground will swallow you up, are we? Just because you had a moment and you're hoping that it will all go away. Well, sorry, love, but it ain't gonna happen. Girl, for a start, that chair of yours kind of gives you away. Then there's the fact that your face is plastered all over the billboard outside the theatre. Maybe try wheeling yourself a tad deeper into the trees if you're really hoping to give up and disappear.
I forgot just how lousy you are at being tactful.
You ain't gonna get any sugar-coated fairy dust from this dame, lovey. You should know that by now.
I don't know what happened to me. One minute I was there under the spotlight, just about to do my long monologue, open my mouth, and nothing. I'm going to fail, aren't I?
Oh, Jesus. It's called stage fright. When I was on the stage of the Theatre Royale, there wasn't a night that I didn't spend at least an hour before curtain up squeezing my intestines into the pan. And then there was this one night that I remember where I was pirouetting onto the centre of the stage with half a ton of bloody toilet roll at my ankles. Oh, darling, it happens to us all.
I've been on stage before.
Never like this, though. You've made it. You've really made it.
It's all I've ever dreamed of. So why am I not happy?
You know why.
Am I making a fool of myself? I mean, look at me. How can someone like me act?
You tell me. Worried about the fact that people are going to see you on stage and see the chair rather than the character, are we? Or is it something to do with that phone of yours?
You used to teach ballet classes in the community hall on the island. All of the local children went. You'd walk into the hall wearing those bright pink shell suit trousers and leotard.
I was glamorous, weren't I? Music! Get in line, everyone. Stop all that chitter-chatter. And don't tell me who's playing kiss chase in the playground. And if you want to gossip about what's going on in Neighbours, then bugger off outside and do it. Arms and up. Seconds. Tummy's in.
He was deeply passionate about his art.
Carry on like that, Tracy Simmons, and you're going to end up just like your sister. And I'm telling you, girl, it ain't no compliment. Head up straight. One and two and three and four, knees. And Christ, Kimberly Wilson, how many times do I have to tell you, even though your mother is about to drop out a fifth little one from your brand new daddy, you still have to remember your shoes. Oh God, don't stop that blubbering. I mean, so very unattractive. Get some shoes out of the spare bag before I change my mind. I'm just too kind for my own good. Right, face front. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Eyes to the front, I said. And, oh, bleeding hell. Give me strength. You're late, Isabel Preston. I can't believe that I gave up dancing centre stage at the Theatre Royale to live like this on a minimum wage. And it's only lovely Fiona that's actually listening to me.
Even at 6 years old, I did feel sorry for him. He was a kind man. He thought I had something in me too. Said that I had talent.
You're going to be just great. Just remember to concentrate and practice your coordination, girl. I can see a real dancer in you. You're a proper little dancer. You remind me of myself.
What, a little girl?
Smart ass.
You're funny, Mr. Winters.
You have no idea. I've never met someone who isn't perfect yet. Even my dear Giles wasn't quite up to it. You can paint yourself as much as you like, but at the end of the day, black, white, fat, small, thin, big, him or her, we're all the same when we stand in front of the mirror, in front of our naked selves, curves and imperfections, wishing they would somehow disappear, thinking that's all everyone else can see. The way I see it, you can either sit there suffering or you can give them the middle finger and give the world something else to judge you on. Because, darling, we're all going to be judged on something, whether we like it or not. Music, get in line, everyone. Stop all that chitter chatter. All right, so Fiona's reappeared with us, and we don't all have to stand there peeing ourselves with excitement. Now, let's get a grip, ladies and gentlemen. We've all seen her before. Now, get in line and stop wasting my time. Good to see you, Fiona. Just do what you can.
I'm only in a wheelchair, Mr. Winters.
That's not what I meant, love. You haven't danced for years, and you've got a bit of catching up to do. I don't want any second-rate performers in my hall.
Oh.
Arms and up. Seconds. Tummies in. How many times, Tracy Simmons, you're really bent on teaming up with that sister of yours and you're going to turn out just like her? And believe me or not, girl, there ain't no compliment. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and knees. Oh, and Christ, to think I gave up dancing centre stage at the Theatre Royale for this. Daniel Macpherson, sometimes I think you're sent here to test me to the proverbial. I know that mother of yours is always telling you that you're going to be the next Billy Elliot. Well, I've got news for you, my boy. The only Billy Elliot you're going to be is the scrawny one at the beginning of the film.
It's good to have you back, Fee.
Thanks.
Oh, do I look like Cilla Black? This isn't Blind Date, you know. Leave it outside, you lovebirds. Right, face to the front. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Eyes to the front, I said, and... Sadly, in my experience, darling, most men are complete arseholes. It's because their brains are primarily hidden in their pants and because they are terrified of any sign of commitment and desperate to hold on to their younger days. The idea of going to drama school wasn't yours. It was Mr. Sharp. He said,
Oh, grab the bull by its horns, that's what I say.
I bet your parents loved him.
I did actually. I really thought that I'd stand a chance.
But back then, making the theatre industry accessible wasn't a priority, Sugar. It's taken us a long time to make the industry open its eyes and doors, that it's not just for the wealthy, good-looking straight kids.
I didn't even get a chance to audition.
I know, I remember.
It was the first time that I'd seen you since ballet classes. I bumped into you by the bench outside the church.
It was my favourite spot. I couldn't have visited that place without going to that bench. Dars and I used to sit there and eat our lunch together. Little cheapskate, he never actually paid for us to cross over the blooming road and go into the cafe. No, he said it was more romantic to get splinters up our arse, eating soggy homemade sandwiches of cheese and cucumber, which he'd made the night before. Stupid. He would always spend half the time there just looking at me. He was soppy. He knew that wound me up.
You never did tell me why you'd come back.
I'd come back to see his mother, to give her a letter he'd written. And she slammed the door right in my face. Didn't even care that times were less accepting of many people back then. It couldn't have been easy for her. She had her ways and her beliefs. She just couldn't cope with it. Not many people could. That's the way it was.
You really miss him, don't you?
We'd love to hear you say that. The man was even a bigger diva than I am.
I still remember what you said to me. You told me that you knew from the first moment that you saw me that I was a true performer and that a stage didn't have to be in a theatre. Like a performer doesn't have to be bred and baked in a drama school. It can be created anywhere where there's passion and hard work.
I talk absolute bollocks when I'm emotional, don't I?
I signed up to my local theatre the day after.
I suppose I'm the one to blame, am I?
Yes.
And then what happened?
What do you think? I shined.
You want to know something, love? At the end of the day, we're all hopeless fools.
I invited him to come tonight. He's not coming, is he?
No, that train ain't coming, Sugar. It ain't.
Would you do something for me?
Anything, love.
Switch my phone off for me.
Where are you going?
I've got a show to do, haven't I?
You've been listening to an Alfie James production with Sophie Weaver, Ruptured Duck, the audio play by Alfie James, performed by members of the Ruptured Duck Community Theatre Project and with illustrations by Jacob Anderson, supported by the Arts Council England and Alfie James Productions.